Welcome, 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 everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Loren Gailey, and I'm with Hillary Faye, and we are talking about the Galactic Healers Academy, Crystal Chamber Healers Academy. This is a beautiful program to learn how to work with the crystal healing chambers, with the Arcturians, and so many more. Hi, Hillary. Thank you for being here. Welcome.
Thank you, Loren. Thank you for hosting me. It's so beautiful to be here with everyone.
Yes. And so as we take some questions, I want to refer people to the free masterclass that we did. That one has a beautiful transmission that is very beneficial for everyone. Today, we're going to be answering questions that folks may have about this. So I invite those with questions to raise your hand or put them in the chat. So, how many here are healers or wanting to expand into the healing arts? Share that with us in the chat. Katie, thank you, Katie from Germany. Yes. All right. I would just want to share that this is a beautiful program. And this binder right here, this is my personal binder with some light language on the outside. That's what you get. All the documents. It's printable and it's accessible, and it's a toolkit for you to really expand. So, Hillary, share with us about the importance of this Galactic Healers Crystal Chamber Academy.
It's really such a beautiful and comprehensive experience where I've spent years in deep communion with the Arcturians, who are the master healers and the masters of ascension, the highest dimensional beings in our galaxy, really the keepers of pure spirit. And there are so many loving, benevolent beings like the fairies, the archangels, the cosmic beings who really want to support humanity right now. And that was the Arcturians' first message when they came to me and started training me in these different healings, like how we can regenerate the nervous system, harmonize the hormones, repair the aura. And in spending hundreds of hours in communion with them and then offering over 1,000 one-on-one crystal chamber healings and many, many more in group healing transmissions, what came through was that these really are the healings of the new earth that help us anchor the new earth and help us be in our original divine crystalline blueprint. There are healings for everything you can think of, for expanding your intuition to emotional healing. I feel like I had something in my eye there. There we go. I got it. Emotional healing, cellular healing, the quantum timeline harmonizer, which is a powerful healing for past painful memories. And being within the Crystal Chamber Healers Academy is really an opportunity to just connect with soul friends, to meet soul community. And what the Arcturians shared with me, one, they're like, we want every session, so every training, the specific training and the healing, to be a deep receptivity. So every session is a deep receiving of each healing transmission, and then really comprehensive, simplified, thorough protocols and ways that people can facilitate this healing, one for themselves, for in a one-on-one session, like for a private session, private individuals, or as multidimensional group healing transmissions. And how this really is such a the future of healing that we're in now, where what happens within these healings is it's happening ceremonially. It's not something that we're doing on our own. There's an entire team of guides, Arcturian master healers, the crystal chamber master healers, the Syrian spirit technicians, the Palladian emissaries of light, the goddesses, including Kuan Yin, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene. That when we work with these healings, an entire team surrounds us. So we're being facilitated for and being and facilitating in community. And then we were working with these holographic fields of crystalline living light, which hold photonic light, which hold the Arcturian blue diamond light, which hold plasma light, which hold that harmonic crystalline frequency where the Arcturians are saying right now it's a chamber of wholeness that's designed to bring us back to our original blueprint. It's designed to bring us back to our divinity, and they're aware of the interferences and the intensities. And even right now, it's such a beautiful time where we're in eclipse season, which began at the beginning of February and lasts until March 18th. So many of us may be experiencing both the like cellular shifts and the external life shifts that can occur during not only eclipse season, but there's so many potent cosmological cosmic alignments right now that receiving this level of harmonic support and stepping into this leadership in this way, it's really beautiful. It gets beyond what words can describe.
Leadership, absolutely. And again, you mentioned the eclipse. We're in this eclipse window now, and the program begins the day after the lunar eclipse, which is on 3/3, and it's at 3:33 a.m. Pacific time. Isn't that amazing? So, healing frequencies, I absolutely love it. It's a powerful time. And also, we are really here to anchor the new earth codes. The new earth codes are active at this point with those astrological alignments. And so, we're moving into a new 400-year cycle that is the anchoring of new earth. And so we can feel empowered and we can be very clear in our values and our intentions. And so as we work with the Galactic Healers Chamber, the crystal chambers, they are it's really good to set an intention as we come in and be a healer and receive this training. Can you go over how we can best set our intentions for this?
That's a great question because energy follows intention. In the quantum field, we have infinite waves of possibility until we kind of narrow in, like on a thought form or a belief system or an intention. And then the energy is literally scientifically proven to follow that intention. What I'm really being shown is anchoring into the heart and setting the intention from the heart, really being aligned with this soul light. The Arcturians have been working with me a lot on harmonizing the heart and the heart chakra, the higher heart, the thymus, and the electromagnetic energy field of the heart with the brain and the energy field of the brain and the higher mind. And really from both of those places and from deep within our center, that is such a wonderful place to set the intention because the Crystal Chamber Healers Academy really is a life-changing program that is for those who are dedicated to their own healing journey, but also those who want to really return to themselves in a deep way and be able to support others too. And I know we have two graduates here too that want to share. I think Dawn has a question, and Dawn's one of our graduates who would love to share at some point too.
Excellent. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move Dawn as a panelist. So, Dawn, you can be saying yes to come on over as a panelist, and you can share when you're ready.
And
Uh,
then Kat is here to share too, if you want to add her as a panelist too at some point.
Yay.
Welcome, Dawn. I'm so grateful for you. Dawn is such a masterful healer.
Thank you so
Uh,
much.
And so, Dawn, share with us what did you move through as a healer when you were there any hesitations? How did you bolster your energy and your intention to bring this on board and to work with clients? Share that with us.
Absolutely. And thank you for everything you do, Loren. And obviously, we went through the class together, so it's amazing to be here and to share. And thank you again, Hillary, for just your work in this and bringing it. Um, I had already been working with crystals and Reiki, and when I found Hillary, that was kind of my gateway into the realm of galactic healing. And it resonated so much, just because for me, it was that next step, even in the kind of scientific realm. And I love how the protocols that she received and that she taught us are so specific to anatomy, to processes in the body. And so for my kind of basically math and science mind, how I normally work, it really was that next step in opening that up for me. And since then, bringing that to the people I work with has just been phenomenal and opened up to working with even more galactics, my own, private, personal guides that have revealed themselves to me. And I know that I would not have been able to have that step um, as a healer or in my own personal ascension without this work. So just want to thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dawn.
And so, did you have any resistance that you had to overcome? I know that's huge for healers. Like, sometimes we don't feel comfortable charging a fee that's worthy of our time. How did you overcome that, or have you?
I have. So that the just the how much that Hillary lays out this protocol, very practical, very these are the steps to follow. Um, Gave me that confidence, right, in what I was doing, in how I was being able to bring these transmissions forward. Um, and then that confidence to then start merging with all the other aspects that I bring forth. And yeah, so since we graduated last year, yeah, I have a new website. I have we've got together as a group of some of our graduates with Kat, who is here as well. I mean, we're offering group sessions because we really um, just know that this is the type of activation and transmissions and healings that the whole of humanity is craving right now. Um, and it really was more of an activation, and there was very little resistance because I just felt so strongly that this was what I was meant to do. And I've definitely learned over decades of listening to that inner guidance. And this just kind of anchored that in for me even more. And every step, it's like, yep, I'm so glad I made that decision. Because things are, um, I'm able to manifest things more easily. And whether that's the community that Hillary created that we are continuing to foster, or just finding this and sharing this with um, friends who have no who have no background in like energy work at all, and they're just like, I don't know what it is. This just speaks to me so strongly. So hopefully that answered the question.
Yes, it does. And I'm going to get to Kat in just a moment. I'm looking forward to that. Dawn, there's so many of the healing modalities that were covered. It really is comprehensive. And we can run down a list of these, but what is your favorite? What's your go-to?
I work a lot with the nervous system, and I have been using that as a basis for my clients, and then I layer on like the additional. kind of what they specifically need. So there's always a basis in that nervous system regulation, regeneration, whether it's a focus like on the vagus nerve or the parasympathetic nervous system or the sympathetic nervous system or all those different specialized protocols that Hillary and her team uh, gifted to us. So that is always a foundation. That is my favorite because I worked a lot on myself just to reach that kind of grounded state. And I had so many people, reflect back to me that is something they feel in my presence. And I'm like, okay, how can I amplify that and bring that forward? Um, yeah, and I even offer now like weekly energetic tune-ups for my community, and it's always the basis is that nervous system regulation.
Yeah, thank you. That's a huge one these days. Awesome.
I
Okay.
love hearing that. Thank you, everything you shared, Dawn. And this is what I love about the Crystal Chamber Healers Academies. It goes so well with our intuition, with working with Reiki or whatever type of healing someone already works with. How the Arcturians always share, just like what Dawn shared, and you're doing it so beautifully, Dawn, is the protocols can kind of build a foundation. Like, okay, when we're working with the nervous system, we'll bring in this frequency and then this, and then balancing the nerves and what we're working with. And then adding on what you feel people intuitively need. So one of the modules is on intuitive expansion, actually a healing that you can guide others through in a group transmission or one-on-one, or something that we can use for ourselves. It's like a column clearing, intuitive expansion healing. And that is my goal, is that it's so fun because I've had that experience working with the crystal chambers within them so many times, with the Arcturians, with Mary Magdalene, with the Palladians, with the Syrians, and they're like, okay, now let's do this. And they've kind of laid the foundation for these beautiful healings, whether that be emotional healing, cellular healing, cosmic clearings, nervous system healing, hormonal harmonization, healing from past trauma, like the quantum timeline harmonizer. And what's so beautiful is it lays the foundation, so you're being taught what they've taught me is like the highest, one of the highest ways that we can heal whatever that specific thing may be. But then we can bring in our intuition and heal as a community. And that's what the Arcturians are keep saying, like, we're not meant to heal alone, we're meant to do this together. And I know sometimes with Reiki, and I love Reiki, and I also teach Reiki, that we can connect to our guides when we're doing Reiki too, and that's so beautiful. But sometimes it can be this idea of maybe like we're just allowing that source light to flow through us. But I was shown so clearly with the crystal chamber healing, it's like we're holding space as all of these divine benevolent beings come in, and really they can lovingly scan with you and get to the roots of what someone may need. And doing that in collective, like it's I always receive so much energy from it anytime we're working with the crystal chambers. Even as a facilitator of a private session or a group transmission, we are receiving that light too, that harmonization, and it brings in so much unity consciousness, so much deep love. So thank you so much for sharing that, Dawn. Thank you.
So beautiful. All right. Let's go to Kim. Hi, or no, Kim, King. It's Kat. Hi, Kat.
Hi, can you
So
hear me?
how are you? How was your integration of the training and how are you doing with it?
Um, I'm doing well. I've done many courses with Hillary, and for those of you who don't know Hillary, she's just a wonderful teacher. I first met her through Reiki training, and I've done various trainings with her, and I met her in person at Mount Shasta. We did another training there. So the Crystal Chamber Healers Academy was probably the most extensive training of all of them, but they all integrate. And her her teaching and transmissions are so profound. I can't really even put it into words. But she creates an opportunity for other people to connect. Like, I don't know Dawn real well, but in a way I do. And Dawn and I connected with our own little group, and we have a little connection. And I feel like a real deep soul connection, even though I don't know all the little details of her life. And that's the kind of connection that Hillary creates with people in her courses, crystal chambers included. Um, Unlike Dawn, I'm not a professional healer. I don't have a lot of people that I work with, but, and I'm saying this for all of you out there that might be listening that, are more at a beginning level with this. I've been on a metaphysical spiritual path probably for about 50 years. But I had a career as a teacher in a more traditional system. So I never really pursued healing, professionally, so to speak. But it's been a real growth experience for me. And doing that little thing we did online was a huge thing for me, even though I wasn't one of the main people in the group. You could say I was a space holder and I had my little part of it. And it was a huge growth experience. Um, so I'm kind of talking a lot. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I've learned a lot from Hillary in many, many, many ways. And yeah, so feel free to
Thank
ask
you,
another
Kat.
question if you want to.
Thank you, Kat. Yes, so they did a group healing that was beautiful, Kat, where they did a group nervous system regeneration where there was over 8 facilitators and they had so many people register for that and it was such a beautiful experience. And we have different types of healers, like some who classify themselves as professional healers, but Kat, you are a massive healing presence on this planet. And even if someone does not classify themselves as a professional healer, maybe that's not their biggest mission because you fulfilled your mission as a teacher for so long and as who you are, that you are such a profound healer. Kat channels this healing light and light language and art, and the frequency wraps our entire planet. So it's so beautiful, and thank you for sharing that. And Loren, you can continue with any questions. I just wanted to thank you, Kat.
Yeah, I want to just reiterate that. Kat, as a teacher, wow, you're already wired to assist. So it's just a natural evolution for you to be sharing that. And I can see the power of this. Again, when Hillary brings together a group, I do have to say it's pure community. You really held a loving space. And every week we were looking forward to it. It was like, yay, it's Wednesday night, 5:30, yay. Settle down. And that right there was a nervous system reset. So you can use this in your own life and all of that. And the tools that you use, I'd like you to share, and both of you, Kat and Dawn, can share as well. But can you explain more on the holographic fields of light that you're invoking, that you are creating these crystal chambers with? And what is a crystal chamber healing? How do we set the crystal chambers up? Can you guide us on that? Because that really is what we're working with here, and it's profound.
Yes, and there's multiple ways to do it. So one As works often with my guides, they always want people to feel empowered, like it can come to us, like that we can directly receive it. So the Arcturians first showed me one, there's many crystal temples on the star Arcturus, some of which we connect with in the Crystal Chamber Healers Academy. But then there's a fleet of light ships, the mothership, the starship Athena, and these are organic, living, light frequency. They are not solid, they're crystalline powered, mostly Moldavite crystalline powered. I'm actually wearing a Moldavite necklace today as well, too. I have a piece of Moldavite on,
You
which
feel
my heart always loves. And essentially, the Arcturians work with so many massive crystals, crystal temples, crystal chambers, but they also, I've been shown, have their crystal chambers on board their different light ships. And what they're doing is aiding humanity. So, one, they'll beam crystalline light into the power centers on Earth, like Stonehenge, Mount Shasta, the pyramids of Giza, Machu Picchu, all of these different places. And they're sending the crystalline living light in a holographic light form into Gaia, into the crystalline grid of Gaia, into the inner earth. But then we also have the ability to, one, either in our astral bodies or our light bodies, and they showed me it kind of doesn't make a difference, that we can, through our heart consciousness, connect to a bridge of light where we can, in our light bodies, enter directly into the crystal chambers. And sometimes within one big crystal chamber, there's multiple like unique pods within the chambers too. They can be set up in different ways. There's crystal chambers that are holding this specific frequency of the healings the Arcturians have trained me in, like the hormone harmonizer chamber, there's energy clearing chambers, there's ascension chambers, nervous system regeneration chambers, there's many of them, chambers of light and healing. But when we intend through our heart, we can either do both ways or one or the other. It's completely up to us where we can travel within our light body. But one of the ways they love for us to receive it is they triangulate from the star Arcturus, which is in our Milky Way galaxy, from the light ships, and they beam. One of the new ways they've shown me is I'll use this crystal as an example because it's a little bit larger, but imagine one even larger than this. They show me one that would weigh at least 8 pounds. And they put the point of the crystal facing towards you, and they'll place 6 crystals around you, 6 large ones, like large quartz that are programmed with the Arcturian light. One in front, one on the right hand side, one behind, one on the left hand side, above and below. And then through these crystals, they're beaming these holographic fields of light, or that bridge of light can just directly bring and hold us within. And even though it's being held within our energy field, it's working within inside of our being. So the light within it is really living intelligence of source creator. It has the ability to kind of lovingly scan and see what can be in discord and for the healing to come through it. And what I've been shown are the primary frequencies. So the holographic fields are crystalline living light, and within that there's often the violet flame frequency of cellular transmutation. There's photonic light, which is a very powerful source healing light. There's blue diamond light. And then we're held within this field that's working to the depths of within our physical body and all the way out to the seventh layer of the energy field.
That is why it is so powerful and palpable, because it's all those bodies that affect us. Wow. When you held up that crystal, it was like, wow, okay. Thank you.
Thanks. It's a Lemurian quartz. And the whole time too, even though we're doing a Q&A, I'm sending light to everyone listening. And I have one hand on the big Lemurian quartz, and then I always have my left hand on this big lapis lazuli. And this is kind of like how I form my captain's chair. If anyone ever feels called. It doesn't have to be these types of crystals, but these are the one my guide showed me where they're like, always have your right hand on this one and your left hand on that one. And you don't need a physical crystal with you to do the crystal chamber healing, but these two kind of amplify the energy, and I'm really grateful for them. So even as we're just talking and answering questions, I am streaming light through the crystals from the Arcturians to Loren and everyone listening.
Type in the chat if you can feel that. See if you can feel it. I know you can. It's beautiful. It's pristine. And, we're talking about heart coherence here. You bring us into coherence and the mind beyond the ego. We're so relaxed, and it's the energy of the heart mind coherence that takes it into the quantum field. And so it's really very, very special, the work that you're doing. I see a couple of questions. So here's Katie. Katie has a question. How can I overcome my fear of being heard as a healer? I am very sensitive and manifest other people's emotions as pain in my body.
I'm sending you love, Katie, because I really feel your deep healing gifts. But yes, that you've had experiences in previous lifetimes that can bring that fear, and we hold so much compassion for that. What I'm being shown is when we're healing within the harmonic fields, the holographic fields of crystalline living light, they're really harmonizing us the whole time and harmonizing the recipient in a way that we're not as susceptible to taking on other people's emotions or other people's emotional pain. We very much work with the rose frequency and the rose tool or technique within the Crystal Chamber Healers Academy, where it's believed that it's actually a Palladian tool, an energetic tool. So Kat has a beautiful rose too. So I really recommend to place the rose in front of you when you're facilitating a session. And then also, the Arcturians always talk to me about conscious choice, to set the intention that you are choosing not to absorb the energy of anyone else. You're choosing not to take on anything that is not beneficial for you, but that you can observe the energy and work with the energy. And when you have these holographic fields of crystalline light, when the intentions are set, when you're working with the rose, they showed me once like the in ceremony with these teams of light, we are facilitating. So we are moving and working with the energy. We're not sitting there and absorbing or taking on other people's energies. And it feels important for you, Katie, Caddy, which way you pronounce that, but that feels important. It feels like a big lesson from previous lifetimes that you're here to learn and integrate from, and that in doing it, in the practice of doing it and facilitating the healings, it kind of clicks in that way. And people can set boundaries too. It's up to you as the facilitator how much you want to allow space for listening, because you can always say, I'd love for you to set one intention or three intentions and share those, have them share those intentions and then go right into it. Or if you like spending more time listening, I do listen in the sessions, and as I'm listening, I'm getting intuitive guidance and being shown what specifically needs to be done. And sometimes I'll work through like three different things within one session, but everyone has their own way of doing that. sometimes what I hear and what I've experienced too is that the sitting and listening to people's deep pain and struggling, in that it can be hard not to take it on. And that's why I really recommend immediately being within the light fields of the crystal chamber, working with that rose frequency. And then everyone has the choice as the facilitator. A friend was telling me, her friend who's a healer, like, does share that it's not a processing space, that they're within the healing the whole time, that they can ask questions or share things, but it's not a place to kind of verbally process all the stuff that they've been holding on to. So that's just what's coming, is that you can kind of set it up in a way that works for you and in a way that supports you. Because when that light is coming in, like, that's all you're feeling, that's all you're connecting to, and you're receiving it, and it's really overflowing from you, but also directly to the individual as well.
All right. Thank you for that. Katie, let us know if you have any other question. And here, one of the processes that we learn is the quantum timeline harmonization crystal chamber. And there's a question about that. How can we use that to harmonize past situations that are not ours? For example, can we use it for ancestral healing or for past historical traumatic events?
100%, because the process through that healing, and this is a fantastic question, Dawn, is that we're able to open the quantum field and open to all timelines, which means we can 100% enter timelines that we did not physically experience, whether that be the timeline um, of the individual you're doing the healing, or on your ancestors, or on these historical events that have happened. And the Arcturians are so clear that when we connect with that moment in time through the timeline, that we're not absorbing or taking on anything from that, but then we have the ability to open that timeline within the quantum field and bring a lot of deep healing. So yes, it can definitely be used to support the ancestors. If an ancestor has passed away, you can always ask permission on a soul level. That's a question I get a lot. Like, what if I want to support with healing, but I don't have the ability to ask the person if they want to receive? Because since we live on a free will planet, we never force healing on anyone. And for that, you can either ask for permission on a soul level, waiting to receive that confirmation. If you're physically able to, asking for permission, or holding the light and sending the energy, knowing that that ancestor can receive the energies, they can observe the energies, or they can deny the energies. But for Dawn, I'm getting that her ancestors are really wanting this, and they can see how it's going to benefit the timeline in the future and behind. But normally when we work with this specific process is done within a one-on-one session. Pretty much every crystal chamber healing, which there's over 14, can be done one-on-one or in a group transmission. But this is the one quantum timeline harmonizer that I highly recommend is done within a private one-on-one session. And when people sign up for that private session, they're sort of ready to do that deep work. And the miracles I've heard of from people who personally, but other people who facilitated this healing. I've had a student who did the training who facilitated the healing on, like, a master therapist who was a trauma specialist herself, who there was so much trauma this woman was not personally able to receive healing on. And the shifts that are have been experienced when I facilitate it, when other graduates facilitate it, it's truly special.
Okay, beautiful. And we invite everyone to check it out. I'm going to prepare a link to drop in for people to see that and to see the free masterclass as well. But Hillary, you mentioned there's 14 healings in this training. And I mean, I think one of my favorites is the crystal chamber hormone harmonizer and the aura repair. Those are palpable. How does the crystal chamber hormone harmonizer work?
How each one of the specific crystal chambers work is that it's holding that vibrational resonance to really work deeply on that specific healing. And then there's a protocol for each one of them, some of which you don't ever have to have crystals with you, but there is an option in the hormone harmonizer that the Arcturians work with these like Stargate wands, like kind of like Vogel cut wands. Vogel means it's cut in this specific way and pattern. But the hormone harmonizer, there are specific frequencies that we work through. Like each protocol is shown and offered with such depth and love within the Crystal Chamber Healers Academy, where it's like this is the first frequency to call in, and we call in the frequency with our guides. We call it in through the quantum field from source, and then we work very specifically with the gland and the frequencies that the specific gland needs. And in the aura repair, it's the same, where there's 7 layers of our aura, each layer representing something different. Like the first layer, the physical body, the second layer, the emotional body, the third layer, the mental body. And the Arcturian showed me these very specific frequencies that benefit each layer. Some of them are frequencies like white sage, Palo Santo, rose quartz energy, amethyst energy, violet flame frequency. And these healings are really like a energetic frequency spa experience that we get to experience and others do. And I wanted to share what was mentioned too, that there's opportunity for those who join the Crystal Chamber Healers Academy. So not only each healing do you receive a really beautiful, comprehensive, loving, deep healing transmission for that I prepare for each individual, and the comprehensive training and the protocols and the full depth of understanding like each gland and each aura layer and each part of the nervous system, but also like the simplified protocols on how you can feel more confident facilitating these healings. But I also, for those who wish, set people up to partner with each other. And the feedback I've received from that is incredible, because for each module, you kind of have the opportunity to receive the healing from me in a group healing transmission, but then also get to one, practice facilitating it with someone and getting to receive it from someone else. So I love to set people up on that trade where they get to give and receive. And in receiving, you get to see like, oh, how this person kind of works with the energy and things. And it's such a beautiful way of building those friendships, building that community, receiving the support, building the confidence of the practice. And then there's so many bonuses that come with the Crystal Chamber Healers Academy. Like the bonuses alone are worth more than like this the pricing that we've made available. And there's so many transmissions, one for each part of the nervous system, one for each gland in the endocrine system, one for each layer of the aura, and those are really beautiful. And Loren's offering something special too, if you want to share about that too.
Ah, well, this is to make people confident in their creations, to take the teachings out into the world. And so there is a course, a video, a class, a workshop, a media lab where we're teaching how you can record your voice, right? With tools that are out there, whether it's Adobe Audition or even Zoom, so that you are making activations and meditations with these programs that you can go and sell or offer as webinars or teachings and courses for your clients and your community. So it shows you where to go to get stock video that you need to cover. You do not need to show your face on camera with all of the tools that are available. And I find that that's very valuable for people so that they can really get action take action on this, and you can create with your new tools, your new skills, your new training. You can create a recording that is even a lead magnet that you can post to social media. And then that gets you people into your audience so you can grow your internet audience that way. It's a very powerful and beneficial class. So that is included as well. And I'm excited for that because what I noticed in your groups, Hillary, not only are you a Blu-ray, well, you're a fairy queen, but we're all carrying that Blu-ray energy, and we are Blu-rays. We are here to share our voice. And so that is just so special for everyone to step into their power now, to arm themselves with these tools that you, Hillary, give us great structure on so that we are confident when we go out there. I love the practice sessions that you have because, again, it really is a frequency spa. Each of the sessions that we had, like it was like coming to a, I don't want, was it a pajama party? It almost feels like a pajama party because we get to come in and unwind from the day, relax from the day while we're learning this new system and strategy. So it's a really exciting time to get ready on this new year of 2026, year of the fire horse, and make yourself, let's see, strong, make yourself equipped with these tools that you can share. I know many people are really ready to step into these leadership roles. So enjoy, everyone. I have dropped a link into our chat box. We invite you to check it out. If you have not seen the free masterclass, that is a beautiful transmission, and you can experience that frequency with Hillary and understand completely what we're talking about. And this is on a very special price right now, too. So check it out and see if that resonates with your heart, if you're ready for it. It's very comprehensive. If you need a payment plan, there's options for that as well, because we want to make it easy for you. So that's good, everyone. Hillary, do you want to go over anything else on the beautiful sessions? One that catches my eye as well is etheric surgery. There's so much. It's such a comprehensive course. Tell us about etheric surgery.
Yeah, that's part of the cosmic clearing techniques where one of them, the Arcturian bubbles of light is such a fun technique for it can be really beneficial for any like, I don't know, some like nanobots or bacteria, viruses, kind of mold type things like funguses, helping clear those out of the body. But then the etheric surgery is a really beautiful, loving practice that can be facilitated with confidence to help support anyone who may have an energy with them. Like sometimes there could be these, what could be considered like maybe like an emotional parasite or an entity or like an energy vampire type energy, and how what the Arcturians are saying is like how we can help both the individual, the human being in their progression by being released from an energy that may not be serving them, and how we can help that energy that's not serving them in its evolution in returning to source light as well too. So there's a really beautiful protocol on that, which not everybody has to do. It's a optional, but to be equipped with that for yourself, for loved ones, for others. Like I, last week did a clearing on my husband, and being equipped with that where we can release what's not ours. And that's important right now because I never like to put in any fear, but I do often see during the eclipse season a rise in the purging of the shadow consciousness, which can sometimes attract more of these beings that ultimately I feel are trying to help us with a lesson. Like we can see that ultimately everything is trying to help and support in a different way, but some things don't help and support in a very beneficial way. So knowing how to work with these clearings, again, it's a big emphasis on keeping clear, like the cosmic clearing, which is the intuitive expansion, the etheric surgery. All of these cosmic clearing techniques are what the star beings use to work with and help transmute and support these different energies in their evolution, because a lot of times some of these energies, or even single-celled organisms like these different bacterias or these different viruses, like we can support them in evolving too, as we can in many ways free ourselves from there's certain things that can just sort of bog us down in different ways, like holding on to energies that don't belong to us, or things within the body system that are not benefiting the vitality.
Yes, all right. So, as we can say, there's so many beautiful healing sessions in this. And can you talk a little bit about the outside of the course, the frequency spa sessions? What practice sessions are available? Because it's more than just getting together for 12 weeks. There's homework, there's practice sessions, and there's other group sessions that you do from time to time. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Q&A sessions, community time sessions, but I always tell people to be at ease, that they can take it at their own pace, because everyone who joins gets lifetime access to all the materials. So even if you can't join live for a session, I prepare the energy of the session to activate for the individual. But it comes with 3 crystal chamber audio transmission programs. Each one of them have 6 to 8 different transmissions that normally run like 20 to 35 minutes. I'm in a state when they're being recorded where I'm channeling the crystal chamber frequencies, so they're professionally recorded. And they'll have the solfeggio frequencies and binaural beats for this specific thing we're working on. So there's one for every part of the nervous system, from the somatic nervous system, the vagus nerve, parasympathetic nervous system, and it will have the specific frequencies for that part of the nervous system. There's one from every gland in the endocrine system, the pineal, pituitary, thymus, thyroid, the adrenals, the pancreas, the ovaries, testes, and each one of them is an activation of the crystal chamber healing. And then the aura repair has an audio transmission for every 7 layers of the aura. And then the final one, I feel like, is the ultimate frequency spa, because it's called the 7 layers of energetic protection, where it's within the crystal chamber calling in those specific frequencies that benefit the 7 layers of the aura the most. And these bonuses are almost worth the price of the course, and to have them anytime, like if you're wanting to boost your immunity and return to your heart, going to the transmission for the thymus. If you're wanting to unwind your nervous system, going to the parasympathetic transmission. If you're wanting to strengthen your energy field, they're really beautiful. I work with these transmissions all the time. So yeah, there's extra sessions for Q&A, there's community time where people get to connect, there's opportunities to practice giving and receiving sessions with other participants. There's a bonus like business workshop with my husband, there's the media lab with Loren. It really comes with so much. And it's all kind of put together too, where at the end, like, you have all the resources in one place. There's simplified protocols for each transmission, but there's also like a 35-page PDF that goes so in depth into what we're working on for people who enjoy that reading time. So it is the most comprehensive program that I've ever created and that I offer. Out of everything I offer, this is the most comprehensive, really equipping us with the healing tools, the healing frequencies, the support of all the healings I do that the Arcturians share. Like, this is what humanity needs the most: nervous system support, hormonal support, energy field support, emotional support, that kind of clarity and accessing that intuition. So it's fun having the galactic tool belt be filled with all this beautiful support in so many different ways, which can be done a lot more simply than we think. And that's one of my specialties, is taking these sort of advanced galactic cosmic concepts, or very etheric concepts, and making them tangible, making them simplified and accessible. That's what I love doing, because I want everyone to feel empowered, and all the ways that they can work with it, whether they want to, like, through your media lab, record healing transmissions within the crystal chambers, whether they want to do live group transmissions in person or on Zoom, whether they want to offer private one-on-one sessions in person or on Zoom. There's so many ways to work with these frequencies and these healing transmissions.
We're really excited for it. Thank you so much for offering this. And everyone, I do want to say it is a very valuable program, extremely valuable, and it's on a very special price that has been extended for this audience. So please check it out and step into your power, and you'll get an immediate download, and you'll already be able to enjoy all of those programs and the bonuses in it. Again, as Hillary mentioned, it is the material for life. You will have access to it. And every session, Hillary does beautiful PDF printouts. She mentioned the 35-page printout. Print it out and use it as your guide. It's like everything that you would need. Like I said, I've got mine in a notebook binder here. So it's beautiful, and I'm excited for that. And check it out. I want to give a moment for Dawn and Kat to say another comment as we prepare to say goodbye. Kat, I'll start with you.
Well, first of all, it's my great pleasure and honor to be here. And everything that has been said is absolutely true. The PDFs are incredible. All the recordings are exceptional. You can't go wrong. Really. And really, if this was the only course you did in life, it would be more than enough, honestly. And that being said, all of Hillary's other courses have been fabulous too, but really, this is so comprehensive in so many ways. And you can revisit it over and over and over. And her transmissions are just so beautiful and powerful. As many of you probably know, if you've experienced a few of them, that brought you here today. But the transmissions are very, very powerful. And I have plans to print out my PDFs like you did, Lorraine. Now that I've got some colored ink in my printer.
Thank you,
Yes.
Kat. I love you and cherish you. Thank you.
I just want to say, with the tools that you will learn, and I'm going to get to Dawn in a moment, but the tools that you're going to learn, and you put this into action, whether it's generating leads on your social sites for building your email list, or whether you actually are offering in-person or online Zoom sessions, personals, one-on-one, or group healing. When you do this and get organized in the way that this is incredibly organized, you have a serious roadmap that will recover your investment. You will have a return on your investment in a very short time when you put these tools to work in your life for the life of your clients. That's what I get excited about. You really have something that's tangible and wonderful for our planet. Can we see the whole world? How many people need nervous system restoration? So many of us, especially now. So all hands on deck here. for healers stepping forward, joining the Crystal Chambers Healing Academy. Dawn, please share with us your comments on how this has helped you.
Yes, and I love everything that has been shared, and it's I would just offer anyone who's considering it, uh, you're here and you're hearing this for a reason. And even if you have to just sit and close your eyes and take a few breaths into your heart and really get that heart-mind coherence going, listen to that. It's not telling you that, that will not lie to you. That is your truth. And whether you think you want to offer this to others or not, if you're feeling that pull, and go for it. Listen to yourself. And that's how you build your own trust within your own inner guidance, by listening and then taking that action. And you may be like, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with this. And that's okay. It is for you first and foremost. Um, and just know that you going through this on your own, whether you offer this to others or not, you are changing your DNA. You are, and then what you put out, whether you talk about this or not, whether you say what you're doing or not, the experience of others around you is different. So just listen to yourself. I would offer that if you're here, then it's a yes. Um, and really just it helps build that trust um, in your own guidance and in
Yeah.
your own manner of how you want to offer whatever your soul's mission is. It doesn't have to be go out and to offer one-on-one, but it can be just to um, live your own life in coherence and then having that ripple out into the world. So,
Oh, thank you for sharing that. Yes, I mean, the work just in our own life and the life of our loved ones is very rich in that sense. So, and that could be enough for people. And one thing I want to add on all of this is that this wisdom, it's not like we're going to go search for it and like, okay, I want to know how to do that. We will realize when you're learning it, it's a remembrance. You're going to feel that you already know this. It's within you. It's a remembrance. And wow, I get chills thinking about that because, we can't get it wrong that way. And this is really a remembrance of these beautiful skills of what we already know within us. And that's a beautiful time to step into this, get a little of the guidance, and then you're going to feel super confident going forward. Yay, like a brand new car, get to go drive it and have fun with it. So thank you for that. Hillary, as you welcome people into this very sacred sanctuary of light, I want to give you a moment for final thoughts on that.
I want to thank everyone who's listened. I want to thank you for all your love and support, Loren. I want to thank you so much, Kat, for sharing, and Dawn. I want to recommend these three beautiful crystal chamber healers if anyone feels that beautiful light in their soul to receive a session from any of them at any point. And the Arcturians are wanting us to receive a breath. They're showing they're beaming that crystal chamber light directly into the heart, directly into the mind, for us to realize how loved we are and that we can receive that love by breathing it in, because it's in the air, it's in the frequency, it's in the field around us. And yeah, this, Loren said it the best, this sanctuary of light that is forming around the Crystal Chamber Healers Academy is going to be like nothing any of us have probably ever experienced, but what our hearts and souls need the most with all that we've been going through. So thank you. Thank you so much, Loren. Thank you, everyone who listened. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Dawn. I cherish all of you. It means the world to me.
Oh, and big hug to you, Hillary. We are beaming you back with so much love as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for all that you do. And thank you, everyone, for being here. I do want to mention we are extending this very special price. You're saving an extra $300 if you purchase before the 24th. So 2 more days, 48 more hours. And again, we just hope that this is helpful for you. So if this resonates with you and you're excited, you'll know it in your body. You'll feel those goosebumps. If you need help with the payment plan more than what's offered, again, please let us know. We can help you with that. And one more time, just check the chat for that link and you can go watch that free masterclass and get signed up today. As soon as you register, you're already in and you'll feel the love and support. It starts on March 4th, the day after that lunar eclipse. And wow, feel the love and feel the peace and the harmony in your life by saying yes to this. All right. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Hillary. Thank you, all beautiful hearts, for joining us and receiving this. And we hope to see you inside the Crystal Chamber Healers Academy. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Namaste.